That sounds really scary. We sat quietly. I'm just so tired. I don't understand. I try to do it all right, to be perfect, to be everything for everyone. I paused to breathe before rushing out. Why isn't that enough to give me some space? What more can I do to push this thing away? I stopped, then asked, "Do you know what it is?" "I don't," he offered, "but I understand why you feel urgency to figure it out." "Is it the weight of my unreasonable expectations?" I asked. "Am I putting too much pressure on myself?" Neither of those statements feel true to me, but you know me well. He looked at me. "I think you are trying to live up to some sort of saintly ideal, yes. But I think it's deeper. That if you feel like you're good enough, you'll be safe from judgment, loved." This observation hit right in my clenched heart. "So, what is sitting on my chest exactly?" I asked. "Whatever tells you that you're not." After our session, I sat in my car, head resting on the steering wheel. I could feel something primal and angry, something rebellious and pissed, break free. I was trying to be good. I had always been trying to be good. I ran myself ragged, cared dutifully for my family, friends, and colleagues, punished my body so that it stayed a certain size, kept my temper in check. What would happen if I just stopped? I didn't know the answer, but in my parked car that day, I resolved to find out. I planted a tiny seed, an inquiry that became the germ of this book. Its unfurling would cost me a lot, but it would give me back my life. I wish I could report that this revelation in my therapist's office was enough to break the spell, to unlabor my breathing, to provide relief. Sadly, admitting that I felt pinned down by something didn't disappear the phantom in the way that flipping on the lights when one of my kids sees a strange shadow at bedtime dissipates the threat. But acknowledging the specter's heft and weight did give shape to my investigation. Where did this beast come from? How did it get its power? And why was I so willing to submit? I began to trawl through history to locate the early murmurs of when goodness and acceptability were conjoined for women. And I revisited my own childhood to trace when this programming had first caught me in its maw. I've always liked asking questions. I was a precocious and curious child, probably a little annoying in my insistence to understand. Why? Fortunately for me, my mother used the library as a babysitter. I always had my face in a book. I looked for answers in novels, history, science, anywhere they might be hiding. And on the long drive to and from town every day, we lived in the woods up a valley outside of Missoula, Montana. My parents played NPR's All Things Considered, so I listened as masterful radio journalists like Cokie Roberts, Nina Totenberg, and Susan Stamberg used their questions to make the world more comprehensible. Now I realized I was trying to impose logic on a society that felt chaotic to me. I could sense an underlying structure, a code of behavior, a way life is supposed to be done. I needed to discern this map's contours, the boundaries of acceptance, belonging, and goodness, so I could pick the right path, one that might ensure my own safety, success, and survival. When I became an adult, I took jobs writing and editing, positions where I was paid to pursue my interests, to parse how systems work and why we do what we do. I've interviewed hundreds of deep thinkers and cultural influencers, doctors, scientists, theologians, therapists, activists, politicians, historians, healers, actors, poets, and journalists about what it means to be human. In the past decade, I've spoken to Brian Stevenson, the death row defense attorney who argues that we are better than the worst thing we've done, that no one deserves to be someone else's executioner. I've spent time with Laura Lynn Jackson, a famous psychic medium whose ability to channel the dead suggests we are part of a much larger energetic story, that we don't vanish but endure, that we are here in Earth School to learn, evolve.